Okay, so what I'm about to speak about is a personal journey, really, of my own. From the beginning, 2017, when I was maybe before, 2016, I was running, not mentioning his name. And maybe it's been the same for some of you, maybe it hasn't, but it doesn't mean that this is the only way to go through it. And I think whatever you do, as Carol said, even the smallest thing helps today. So, it's just a story, and maybe you'll relate to it, and just know that I feel good to hear just about anything that you do makes my heart sing. So as I want to say, it's nice to be a part of this moment, sharing every bit of my experiences over the last 4 years in politics, how I was a successful interior designer and I became a passionate political operative. How it all began. First we marched. I don't know how many of you were with me. I was down in Washington with my granddaughter. We marched in Washington and across the country, and we marched because we were fearful of what we were going to lose with the election of Trump. And then after that, we kept marching for everything else because we saw slowly that we were losing our democracy and it was being decimated. Then we realized that the only answer was at the ballot box. We needed to focus on getting Democrats, elected, or the battle would be lost. 2 years ago, Maria Silsdorf, Teresa Macri, Teresa's here, and I dragged ourselves to Amityville to listen to a young woman named Luba Shirley bemoan Peter King. She had planned this whole town hall and had invited Peter King to of course, he never showed up. So Luba substituted a life-size cardboard figure of Peter King. And I was very impressed with that movement, and I said, I'm hooked. I'm going to be behind her, and I'm going to support her, and hopefully try and get her elected. Then came 2018, a fabulous moment when fabulous women realized that they could run for Congress, big time. As you all know, Maria and I ran a full-court campaign for Luba out here, and with the help of many of you and other friends at Fire Island and our neighbors, we managed to raise almost $50,000.
Wow.
Which seemed like an outrageous amount. When I say it, when I read it, I think about the money today that's in politics. And I preface it by saying, unfortunately, is money in politics, but there's nothing we can do about it. Louder? Oh, can you hear me? You can't hear me.
Yeah, there you go.
I preface it by saying, when we thought we raised $50,000, we thought that was, oh my God. And now it's like a drop in the bucket for what you need to run a campaign. Luba came within 6 points of beating King. And although the loss was a big disappointment, we now knew it was possible to get rid of King, who was an anti-women's rights advocate, among other horrible things, very one of Trump's puppies. Segue now to 2020. Lo and behold, there is a God. Peter King decides to retire. The seat becomes open, a golden opportunity. And now we are most fortunate to have another great candidate, Jackie Gordon, running for the House seat in New York. So now Maria and I decided to take our show on the road again, and we've been holding events for Jackie, and we expand our horizons, and we include now New York 1, which is also part of Fire Island. You may realize it's the east side. I don't even know where it actually starts and ends. And we include Nancy Goroff, who wants to be Lee's eldest. And incidentally, I heard that she's neck and neck right now. So I'm going to give you the poll on Jackie in a second. So let's talk about Jackie, our next representative for New York 2 in Congress. Jackie Gordon is the perfect candidate for this part of Suffolk County and comes with excellent credentials to pull off a win. A short bio, because the real one is very long. Jackie is actually an immigrant. She was born in Jamaica, a combat veteran, and a Blue Star mom. She has a daughter that's in the, I think in the Army also, I'm not quite sure. She is running a grassroots people-powered campaign and is the perfect candidate for her Long Island South Shore District and for Fire Island. Here is some recent good news that will make you feel better. Newsday just endorsed her which is very significant out here. She's supported heavily by the DCCC and Emily's List, which is essential for any woman running for Congress or for the Senate. And 538, if you're familiar with that website, it's an important political website that does polling, has rated her race 59% to 41% in her favor. That's outrageous. So now, what we need to do is get out the vote. Like Carol said, talk to 3 people, talk to anyone. Talk not only to people in Fire Island, talk to people on the other side who live in New York too. There's a big area, Massapequa and Amityville and a whole bunch of towns. So if you know anybody there, make sure they get out and vote. And ensure her win in 17 days. I'm going to get a little light. I love the expression her campaign manager, who I spoke to yesterday, uses to describe all the different jobs and roles that Jackie has had in her life. Veteran, guidance counselor, working for the Babylon Town Council, raising her daughter, etc., etc., etc. So he said, you know, women always have that super hero cape just hidden under their clothing so they can pull it out anytime they want to do so. Because that was really cool. So FYI about myself, my own political activities have multiplied by leaps and bounds since the intense beginning 4 years ago. I have hosted fundraisers for candidates running in New York, Michigan, Georgia, Wisconsin, Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Kentucky, Alaska, even Alaska, Colorado, Minnesota, and probably others that I can't even think of at this moment. Although that famous quote from Tip O'Neill, which said, all politics is local, I would say that to be strategic, we need to think nationally and support candidates from coast to coast, and particularly up and down the ballot. That means not only senators and House candidates, but candidates running for your local state governments. Very important. Aside from Jackie and other terrific women running for office, and just for the record, there are also outstanding men running this year, and the list is long. Jamie Harrison, there's a lot of them out there that are fabulous. Biden. I think we need to also understand that you need to support not only candidates that are in races that get a lot of attention, but also those that might be under the radar, but are winnable if we support them. That's the only way we're going to expand our democratic power in the country. 2 people that are in my radar, so if you don't mind, this is a little plug. And this is my Alaska guy. Dr. Al Gross is running for the Senate, and they never thought he would win, but now he's neck and neck, and he has a good possibility to win. He's an orthopedic surgeon and a commercial fisherman, so he's exceptional. And then there's a young guy I met in Kentucky named Josh Hicks, who's running for the House seat that Amy McGrath lost the last time when she ran. And he was a poor farm boy who put himself through school. He's a veteran and a lawyer, and he has a good shot of winning too. So there's all these other candidates that are out there. We all know the big ones, but the small ones count too. I have learned that we'll have to stay active, sorry to say that, even if Biden and Harris win the election.
Definitely.
The enemy is formidable.
When? Not if. When?
But lastly and foremost, I have learned that women rock in politics, and when they're elected,